Wait, what? Northcutt versus mickey-gall at UFC 205? That's what Dana White is putting out there, that mickey-gall is going to fight sage-northcutt. And everybody's saying that mickey-gall is not a UFC caliber. At least that is what Brendan Schaub was saying. He said he's not a UFC caliber fighter. He's only had 2 fights. He's fighting tomato cans, and Northcutt has fought UFC caliber fighters and is, I think, 5-1 in the UFC and has been training his whole life. We'll see what happens to mickey-gall, if he's really the guy that everybody says he is, if he comes out there and mops the floor with Northcutt. If he doesn't, we'll see what happens. Northcutt, I've only seen him once fight, and that's when he lost. And overall, I'm going to look at their status, see who's who, baby. So, mickey-gall is a jiu-jitsu fighter with a 3-0 record. He's 24 years old. He has a 74-inch reach. His legs are 41. And in the UFC alone, he's beaten Mike Jackson with the rear naked choke, and he beaten CM Punk. Okay, that's really not impressive. The Mike Jackson thing wasn't that impressive, and the whole CM Punk thing is not impressive. So if that's all we're basing his skills on, I don't know if the guy's a beast or he isn't a beast. All I can say is, yeah, he choked out 2 tomato cans. Nothing that's going to be mind-blown right there. And sage-northcutt is 8-1, and he has striking power. He has speed advantage. He is 20 years old, 6 foot tall, with a... Well, it says he weighs at 155. So that's going to be weird if mickey-gall fights at 170 and this guy fights at 155. What weight class are they doing it? And mickey-gall called him out. Can mickey-gall make the 155-pound division? That's what it says. He's 155. And it says he has a 71-inch reach. And for the legs, he has a 40-inch reach. So the height advantage goes to Mickey. And the reach advantage goes to Mickey. And Sage, like I said, is, in the UFC alone, he is 3-1. 3-1. And his first win was by a first-round TKO. His second fight was by a second-round submission. His third fight, he lost by a second-round submission. And his third fight went to, at UFC 200, was a split decision, or unanimous decision. But me personally, he has an 8-1 record. The other dude has a 3-0 record. So I don't know, man. I just see Sage being a more well-rounded fighter. He has power and speed and good footwork. And then you have mickey-gall, which has good takedown skills and brown belt level jiu-jitsu. We haven't seen him really strike. We don't really know much about him. And that's going to say something. You just don't want to get taken to the ground with this guy. He's like a Damian Maia type. Maybe that's the way to beat him. Keep him on the feet and light him up. Put him in compromising positions. When you're cocky, you're cocky. Is he coming off cocky like a Conor McGregor? Yeah, he might be. He might be coming out there saying, hey, I want to fight. I'm going to beat everybody's ass. Would anybody know who he is if it wasn't for CM Punk? Would he be in the UFC if it wasn't for CM Punk? No, probably not. He'd probably be at a local MMA show still competing for $1,000. That's the same thing. He only made his name because he called CM Punk out, and the only reason why he called CM Punk out is not because he knew he could beat CM Punk. It's because he wanted to get his name out there so he can get in the UFC. Because there's no way if CM Punk would have never ever fought in the UFC or ever wanted to compete, this mickey-gall guy would ever got an opportunity. At least yet. Maybe he would have got there in 8 fights, 10 fights. Maybe he got there when he was like 26, 27. But it's going to be an interesting fight. You have 2 guys who were found on Dana White looking for a fight. You have Sage-Northcutt, which is 8-1. So he has the more fight advantages, the more experience, and he looks like a world beater. And then you look at mickey-gall, he's fought guys that are tomato cans. You might say the same thing, that Sage-Northcutt weren't fighting a lot of top guys, but he fought, I think, harder fights. He was in tougher scraps. So let me know what you guys think. Is Sage-Northcutt just going to get bombed on? Is it mickey-gall is really the guy he says he is? He's really that damn good? Or is he just a guy that beat 2 tomato cans and he's overly hyped? Like I said, he's 3-0 as a professional MMA fighter with jiu-jitsu skills. We've never seen him box. We never really seen him do much besides fight Tomato Can, Mike Jackson, and CM Punk. And a lot of people are making fun of CM Punk for that fight. I give CM Punk all the credit in the world for stepping up there, getting in the cage. But as always, let me know what you guys think, and comment in the comment section below. And I will definitely talk to you guys in the next one. Sage-Northcutt versus mickey-gall. I actually think the dude Mike Jackson should have been fighting CM Punk at UFC 203, because that would have been more on the skill set of both fighters. That's what I would have picked. I would have picked Mike Jackson, said, hey, Jackson, you want to fight CM Punk? And they'd go, yeah, sure. And that would have been more of a scrap. You would have seen, even if it was like sloppy MMA, you would have still seen 2 guys equally leveled be able to compete. I think the mickey-gall fight, he was just too good. It's like saying, Brock Lesnar fighting Alistair Overeem in a kickboxing match. Alistair Overeem's going to, of course, beat him, because Alistair Overeem's so much higher level. But you say Alistair Overeem versus Brock in a grappling match, like a wrestling match, Brock Lesnar is going to maul him, because that's where his skill set's at. But as always, I will definitely talk to you guys in the next podcast. Let me know what you guys think. Is mickey-gall really the shit? Because a lot of people are like, yeah, mickey-gall is awesome. I just think he's too cocky, because he beat 2 tomato cans, and he's thinking he's the best guy there ever was. He's not that great. He's not impressive. He just submitted a guy who had jiu-jitsu skills, who were white belt level, and he beat up Mike Jackson, which basically, I guess, was a Golden Gloves boxer, but that's not the same thing as MMA. You could be the best boxer in the world, like James Toney. You go into the octagon and get submitted and go, well, if it was a boxing match, I would have won. But because it's MMA, my skills were lacking. And that's the truth. So, what do you guys think of this fight at UFC 205 in the Garden in New York City?